Everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing an unboxing for the August Lootcrate, August 2018. I believe the theme is Team Up for this one, if I am not mistaken. I never remember, but because of all the ads, I always end up getting it right, so I'm pretty sure it's Team Up. Don't remember any of the franchises, but I'm going to assume Power Rangers is in here somewhere, because that just makes the most sense. Starting things off with the shirt, we of course have not really Antman and the Wasp, but we have the Wasp, which is super sweet. I love the design for this. Like, that's a really cool, trippy, but it looks like 3D, so I really like that pattern. So that's really cool. Obviously from Antman and the Wasp, the most recent big team-up Marvel movie. Definitely a fun film. Definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't seen it at this point. If you're like really into the whole Marvel thing where it's like, I gotta see every movie before, you know, the next Avengers, it doesn't really matter that much, but I think it will. There's like a small thing, and obviously I won't spoil it, but it's a pretty big deal. So we actually have two shirts this time, which is super cool. So here's Antman. So we have Antman and the Wasp. So we do actually have both, which is super cool. Very simple t-shirts, but I really like these. I like Wasp more. It's mostly because it's yellow, so I feel like it stands out way better than this one does. With it being red and black, it blends in a little bit more compared to, you know, obviously the stark contrast of, you know, Wasp obviously being yellow. But those are both super cool. We get, you know, obviously two shirts, so that's always really sweet. Let's see what we got for the pin. This is something Cartoon Network based. It says right on the back. Oh, that makes perfect sense. It's Adventure Time. So the super popular animated series, like the most magical team up there is currently, I'd say, or one of them for sure. There's a couple of shows that Cartoon Network has, right? We have Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, the most excellent picture frame, which I think is actually kind of cool. I haven't seen either of these movies in forever. Actually, I'll use my little kunai here. So it's funny. I think this is only the second. Well, it's only the second item that I can recall. Because we had the T-shirt a while back with that was like a time. That was the time crate, and it was like Back to the Future, Bill and Ted, and I don't remember what else was in it. But that's cool. Oh, that's funny. I like that. So there you go. You can put your own picture in there. You're inside the telephone booth. So that's actually pretty awesome. So that's definitely cool. But new Bill and Ted movie coming out. It should be interesting to see how that plays. Eventually I have to watch, you know, the movies. Like, I'm pretty sure Excellent Adventure is the first one, and then Bogus Journey is the sequel. I always forget which one is which, but I'm pretty sure that's how it plays out. Then we have one of my favorite team ups, and it's going from Cartoon Network to Nickelodeon. We're going with the Ninja Turtles, and it's the old school Ninja Turtles too. So that's super awesome. It's 80s style Turtles magnet set. So that's super cool. This reminds me of Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo, just because it's like the more, you know, kid version of them. But that's super awesome. I love Ninja Turtles, so that's like, without a doubt, that's super awesome for me. And then I believe, yep, that is all we got for this month's crate. So it is Team Up, of course. No one's questioning your heroism. You're great, but there are some threats that are too big for one hero. You need someone watching your back, a partner ready for a team up. It was just a partner. I thought that was a comma, but it was not. Join forces with cool gear celebrating the best teams in pop culture. So both the t-shirts, of course, are Lootcrate original. So you have the Antman t-shirt. He may be small, but Antman is truly one of Marvel's most astonishing heroes. Scott Lang was once a thief who stole the original Ant-Man suit. Since then, he's had a solo career and teamed up with the Avengers, the Future Foundation, and more. Now it's time for him to join your wardrobe. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, some of the other stuff they reference in there, the Future Foundation, obviously not cinematic universe, that's full comic stuff. Then you, of course, have the Wasp t-shirt. Janet Van Dyne, aka the Wasp, has long been one of the most important characters in the Marvel Universe. She helped found the Avengers and soon became a capable leader. Though she's perhaps best known for her dynamic partnership with Ant-Man, with this t-shirt, now she has your back, and your front, and your sleeves too. So that's definitely cool. And obviously, once again, the Janet Van Dyne stuff, being one of the original members, if I remember right, she's the one who actually came up with the name for the Avengers in the comic books. Then, of course, we have our TMNT magnet set. It's time to bring the heroes in a half shell to your fridge or other magnetic surface, featuring art from the popular 80s cartoon. This magnet set, featuring, obviously, all four turtles, is here to remind you that anytime is pizza time. And then, of course, they throw in Cowabunga at the end. And then we have the exclusive Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Picture Frame. With Bill and Ted 3 officially announced, there's never been a better time, air guitar, to bring this most excellent time-traveling duo to your home. This frame was inspired by the iconic phone booth introduced in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, featuring poster art from the sequel, and fits any 3x5 photo. And then we have the pin, the Adventure Time pin. It says the fun will never end when you grab the pin featuring Adventure Time's mathematical heroes, Jake, Jake the dog, and Finn the human. Super simple explanation there, but definitely a decent crate. I like this one. And then it's you know, they're throwing stuff up for the Deadpool crate, so there you go, 10% off. And then the Mega crate, which I would love to win this because I see two things that I'm gonna buy. If I don't win it, I'm gonna have them by the end of the year anyway. But this month it's for 4 winners, which makes sense because it's a fairly cheaper thing for them. But 4 people will receive a Nintendo Switch and a copy of Splatoon 2, which are 2 things that I desperately need because I love Splatoon. Splatoon is like one of my favorites. If it wasn't for the fact that I would have to buy another console, I'd have it already. And I played it, and I love it. Like, I love it even more than the first one. So can't wait to get that. I'll eventually have it at the end of the year. But here's the inside of the crate for this month. Jake the dog, Finn the human. Adventure Time, I'm not going to even bother unfolding that. I think I'm kind of done with that in general because I've got like no space. But I like this crate. I like the shirts. Like I said, I like Wasp more just because I like the contrast of the black and the yellow pops out way more than of course the red does. But I like both the shirts. Love the magnet set. I'm really surprised it's the old school version. Maybe just because it's Lootcrate and they know that they have such a wide range of people that actually buy, you know, Lootcrate. It's not just for kids. They decided to go with the 80s version for, you know, because mostly it is for adults that end up getting this stuff. So I think that's definitely cool. It's just very surprising considering, you know, we've had the 2012 series, which recently ended. I think, yeah, ended. I think it was earlier this year, even though they treated it like crap. But you know, that ended this year, and then they even have the new series out right now. Or at least the first episode is out. You can find on YouTube. I forgot what it's called, but it's like TMNT something. It's got like some subtitle name. Haven't seen it myself. Don't know if I'm actually checking it out. I'm not like the biggest fan of the animation, especially coming off of like a 3D animated series that just looked amazing. I don't know. I'll check it. It's Turtle, so I kind of have to check it out. But I love the magnet set. I think the picture frame is cool. It's one of those items where it's like, that's definitely a nerdy, useful item. I don't know when I'll ever have a 3x5 picture. I just don't know. But it's definitely cool, and like I said, I think the shirts are awesome. The pin, the pin is the pin. It looks cool. I do like the fact that it's them, like in a circle like that. I just kind of like the symmetry of it, and it's kind of cool. But you know, fairly decent crate. Not like super epic or anything, but obviously with them putting in 2 t-shirts, that's why we got, you know, kind of lesser items. But I actually like it. I love Ninja Turtle so much. I'm actually happy that these are the magnets, and they're all separate magnets too. Based on this, at least, they look like they're all individual, so you can put them in different spots. So I love that. That's probably my favorite part about the fact that it's a magnet set. It's legitimately 4 separate magnets. Would have been awesome if Splinter was in there too. I like Master Splinter. But yeah, I like this crate. I'd say it's kind of like just above average for me. You know, the 2 shirts being cool. I do really like the Wasp one, so that's the one where I'm like, that looks super cool, so I really like that. Love the Ninja Turtles magnets. And then the picture frame, I think, is just, you know, a decently cool item. So it's kind of like right in the middle where it's like, I don't hate any of these. Like, none of these items I'm just like, meh. I'm like, I like everything, so it's definitely cool. Obviously, I can, you know, wear a t-shirt all the time, so that's great. Even if it's the Antman one, which I don't like as much, still think it's cool. So definitely a good crate this month. Of course, would love to know what you guys thought about it, so please put your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know your favorite items, your least favorite items, what you would have swapped in, you know, for this crate. Obviously, there's a billion options when you use the super loose term team up. I thought, like I said, I thought Power Rangers was in this one, so I was wrong about that. But Power Rangers, you know, pretty much anything comic book related you could throw in. They could have had anything from the Avengers, you know, Defenders, if they wanted to pick, like, you know, legitimately from the comics. They could have gone, like, you know, Fantastic Four, excuse me, anything like that, you know, anything comic related, Marvel or DC, of course, you know, Justice League. But I'm surprised that it was kind of like this, especially considering, I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, Bill and Ted, you know, team up, it makes sense, especially considering the story of the first movie, you know, or I guess technically both movies, you know, them traveling through time and getting people to help them, totally makes sense. But it's kind of surprising, like, oh, Bill and Ted for, you know, team up. But definitely like it. For me, I would have liked to have seen a Power Rangers thing. I just think that would have been cool. I like Power Rangers. They could have pretty much picked any of them, even if I didn't watch the show. Power Rangers tends to have sweet designs for stuff, so I think I would have enjoyed it no matter what. But Power Rangers, of course, could have been thrown in. I would have loved something like, well, Loot Gaming, of course, but something kind of game-based, you know, game team-ups and stuff like that, I think would have been really sweet in this. There are a billion different options from that, too. But all in all, I still enjoyed this crate. Like I said, would love to know what you guys thought about it, so please put your comments down in the comment section below. And, of course, thanks for watching.